Alrighty, Sharp Customs, we are rolling. It's a Thursday night, coming to you again. Yeah, you can see me being pulled down. Of course, it's, yes, it's Mad Max. He's got a little toy here, and he's just constant. He's just constant. That's what he does. Doesn't do it. Sometimes he lays down for a few hours through the day. Normally when it's a little hot. Get him this, look at his nice bling. Look at his nice bling. It's one of them spiky chokers. Works good for walking him. Seems to work very well. This is his little, his little Tigger. Hey, his little Tigger. I can throw it. And he's just going to keep bringing it back. Look, he's just going to keep bringing it back. He's a very quick study. Loves to play. But the video is not about the damn dog. Even though he wants it to be. I know he does. Look at this. Thinks he's vicious. Look at it. Look at those pearly whites. Look at that. Look at it. Nice pearly whites. So, as you can see in the shop here, he's going to keep bugging me. I'm just going to try and ignore him and concentrate on the video camera. We've got the xterra back in here. This thing, since we did the valve seals, I don't know, it was many months ago. We did the valve seals. This sucker still smoked like crazy. And the camera girl, my beautiful wife, she's taken upon herself to roll it in here. She did some computer checks and whatnot. And we kind of think maybe we messed up on the timing. And the timing could be throwing things off and, you know, making it smoke a bit, and really doesn't matter. She's tackling it all on her own. I'm not helping. I'm way too busy doing other stuff, fiberglassing and whatnot, so she's taken it upon herself to pull the whole front timing cover. Look at this stuff. You've seen it before in the videos. Look at that. There's the cams, dual overhead cams. Yeah, you get all kinds of stuff going on in there. But anyhow, she's taken it upon herself to mess around with it. And, you know, we haven't been driving this since we did the valve springs because it smoked so bad. So it's not really a lost cause because technically we decided that we might just scrap it. So, you know what? She decided, why the hell not pull it in and mess around with it, you know, check a few things, and, you know, what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is, you know, you mess around with it, you reset the timing, you put it all back together. It's only, you know, it's only a couple days work, and if it doesn't work, it's no big deal, no big loss. You know, we just send her off to the, we'll probably, you know, we'll probably break some stuff from it, you know, that we could use for other projects, but, yeah, doesn't matter, you know, it's just a car, truck, SUV, whatever. So, over here, we've got, I finally got the 4 pieces of the coupe body. I'm not sure. I think in our last video I was just laying most of them up. I've got it somewhat together. It's sitting on top of the frame. It does look pretty cool though. So basically I'll lift it off. It's going to sit lower. Hopefully it's gonna, the bottom edge of the body will sit down the bottom edge of the frame. That's kind of my my thinking. This would be considered a high boy. We don't want to build a high boy. I guess we want to, I don't know if you call it a low boy. I don't think you call it that. But yes, when I put these pieces together from the molds that I borrowed, this section of the door was kicked in about 3/4 of an inch. And basically, can you bend fiberglass? Technically, no. But if you go to the inside, all these areas here, all these contours, what I did is I took the zip cut and I actually put in the inside, I put relief cuts. Same as the flange around the inside of the, you know, kind of the, I guess you would say the B-pillar of the door. I actually put a bunch of relief cuts and I actually pushed it out and hot glued it. I hot glued the whole thing together, and basically I got it. I got a nice, you know, I got a nice overhang. Not crazy about how the front of the door sticks out past the A-pillar, but I can live with it. The idea is to get it together. This has a big dip. This has a big dip in the roof. I don't have a straight edge, but trust me, take my word for it. It's got a big dip in the roof. I'm going to fill it. I'm going to, you know, clean it all up. I actually fiberglassed the whole inside of this, all the joints, today. And I actually have this back section. I'm going to lift it off and I'm going to show you. So the inside of this rear, you know, the trunk pan, it actually came all the way up here, and I actually sliced it like this. I did a bunch of relief cuts because this was not touching the roof panel. And then I trimmed it back so I could fiberglass this, and I'll show you what happened. I guess the hot glue released a bit, and I got a little bit of gappage. Got a little bit of gappage in there. Not happy with it. You know, I'm gonna let it sit for a few days, and I gotta think about it. And you know, if I have it my way, I'm probably gonna zip cut the inside fiberglass. I'm gonna zip cut this, re-glue it, re-glass it, because I'm just not happy with it. It did look nice. Everything else, it's nice and square. You know, all these things around the lips are good. Got a little bit more filler to put in these little grooves. But basically, my idea is to get it as good as I can. Of course, I've got to create a firewall. And my idea is to probably pull a 4-piece mold off of this. I'll probably incorporate right up the back, over the roof, down to the windshield. Down to here, that'll be one mold. Left side will be one mold. Right side will be one mold. And then I'll go from the windshield down over the firewall, the cowl, the firewall. And that'll be the fourth piece of the mold. But I'm just gonna set this. I'm gonna set this aside. It's still pretty cool, I think. I've always wanted to do, you know, a 30s style, you know, hot rod body, and I have the opportunity. And yeah, the molds weren't perfect. I had to manipulate a bit of stuff, but it saves me trust me, it's better than trying to carve it out of foam or wood or anything like that. Trying to do it from, you know, trying to do it from bone. Trying to do it from scratch. I still got a couple more pieces coming. I got the hood coming, mold. I've got the side panel for the hood molds coming. Apparently they're being shipped to me from you know, somewhere else in the world. I do have the lower deck with the fenders. That's you know, depending on what type of hot rod you want to build with it, you know, you could do a full standard hot rod, or you could do personally myself, I like just the body shell with the open wheel concept. You know, to me that's a hot rod. You know, you put fenders and running boards and all that stuff on it, and it's still a hot rod no matter how you look at it. It's still a hot rod. Some other cool factors with this, I've made these alloy trailing arms. Now, obviously, they're going to be drilled. They're going to be drilled. Got my rod ends, my heim joints on the ends, and basically to go on the axles, I actually ordered these, which are pretty neat. These do swivel around. They need greased, but basically, going to drill a hole in here. These are going to fasten to the trailing arm, and there you go. You get your trailing arm. Obviously, going to have to do a panhard bar. Now, I ordered these. Yes, I ordered these off of Amazon, and I got 12 millimeter. And when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, 12 millimeter. Oh, that's great. That's just a little, it's kind of a little hair over ½ inch. Of course, my axles on this rear end, they're ½ inch. I did the wheel hubs, ½ inch. 12 millimeter is not bigger than ½ inch. It's actually 30 thou smaller than ½ inch. So, new game plan. I cannot get these in ½ inch. Actually, I probably could, but I got a pack of 4 of these. They were dirt cheap. Don't remember what the price was. Probably going to turn the axle down 30 thou so they fit these bearings. And then basically, I will just pour new wheel hubs, like new, yeah, it's got the 24 millimeter hex in there. And I don't even know if I'm using these wheels. I found a new set of rear tires that are kind of even beefier looking than these. These are like 7 1/4 by 3 1/4. I actually found some tires and rims. Pretty sure they're the same 24 millimeter hex, but they got this gnarly looking roll on the tire to the rim and they're actually 4 1/4, 7 1/2 tall, and these are cool. These are very cool wheels, but these new ones that I found that I'm thinking about ordering for this project are, yeah, to me they're just, yeah, they're the look I'm looking for. But so yeah, I'm gonna walk this way because I've got the tail of the GT40. We've got this piece. I haven't laid this up yet. It's been PVA'd. It's been gel coat. It's a big piece. It's a big piece. It's probably the last piece I'm going to do. I've got the front. Here you go. I got the nose. A little bit of release there. I heard it. A little bit of release. We got number 14. GT40, that's the nose. It's not out of the mold yet. Probably won't take it out till tomorrow. I just laid it up this afternoon. Of course, I've got both pieces sitting here to be laid up. The center section, I've got the sills. Get the sills for the GT40. They're done. They just need trimmed. Yes, they look pretty gnarly looking with all the fur on them. The center section, it's actually, believe it or not, it's sitting outside on my barbecue. I did do the first few layers of the layup on it. Tomorrow I'll finish it up because I need to get that one cleaned up, trimmed up, put in a box, and shipped to the Americas. All this fiberglass work. So, I've been asked, do you get itchy? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, I'm going to tell you, working with this stuff, okay, yes, you get itchy. It's mainly my hands, okay? I try and wear rubber gloves no matter, you know, what I do with the fiberglass work. It's a constant, and you know what? Up until lately, because I've been doing so much of it, it's literally, I've been doing it daily. Like every day, you know, trim some parts, sand them, clean them up. And sometimes I tend not to put my rubber gloves on. And yes, I do. It's between your fingers. That's where it affects you the most. Between your fingers, because you're constantly, you know, your fingers are always moving. So no matter what you do. And that's kind of probably the worst. Wrists, as you can see, I have on a long sleeve t-shirt. And as you can see, there's not, well, yeah, okay, there's some, you can see the shine. There's a little bit of fiberglass still kind of hanging out on me. But that's not going to bother me. But it's more around your cuffs and your hands, face, stuff like that. I have a good exhaust fan. When I trim and I cut most things right here. Your standard zip cut for cutting metal. That's how I trim out. That's how I will. That's how I'll trim all this fur off of this piece. I'll just hold it up here right by the fan and, you know, trim it off, cut it off. Look at, we got I literally have a bucket full of trimmings from fiberglass. This week has been literally non-stop, you know, fiberglass crap. Do you ever get used to it? Nah, you don't really get used to it. You can combat it though, like I say, the baby powder. I put that on my hands, up my arms. I even put it on the outside of my shirt, and I even put it on the outside of my rubber gloves, and it kind of, you know, shoos the glass away. In between that, constantly washing my hands, and you know, I get these little sores in between my fingers, and I know what it is. It's glass in my skin, but the best way to combat that is a little bit of lotion, man. A little bit of hand lotion. Put it on that way while you're doing other things. It kind of, you know, kind of alleviates the kind of the feeling, I guess, from the glass fibers in your skin. It's really not that bad after you do it for so long, as I think I've been fiberglassing for almost 2 years now. Between when I started the trucks and the GT40s, and now I'm doing, you know, the coupe bodies. I'm still doing the GT40s. That's just been an ongoing thing. And, you know, I've done I've done hood scoops. I've done boat parts. It's like, I actually wanted to pull down, believe it or not, I wanted to pull down my boat molds. I have yes, believe it or not, I'm also, or I used to be, into big, you know, 4-foot gas boats. You know, hydroplane, cats. I have molds upstairs in my shop. And I've been wanting to actually pull those molds, one of them, down and do a layup of, you know, just a boat mold. They're more simplified than doing the stuff that I've been doing, you know, top and the bottom. But actually, I have a wooden jet boat upstairs, and I've actually been wanting to mold that. That might be a future project. You know, do a 3D print jet pump, maybe do an electric setup. No, I'll never do electric setup. Always gas. But there you go, a little update. Sharp Customs, you know, what's going on with the 34 coupe. And I just wanted to touch on our xterra because I still get people commenting on when we did the valve seals on the heads, and thought I'd let them all know that it was kind of a bust. Those valve seals didn't actually fix the problem. At least we don't know that yet. Maybe in the next few days we'll we'll give you a little update on that, if it's even still here. Because it could go off to the boneyard. You never know. But there you have it. Sharp Customs. Share, like, subscribe. And until my next video, love you all. Peace. I'm out.